welcome to Circle-tastic Mobiles. I'm Sandy, and today we're going to take some fun, colorful circles, and we are going to create our very own mobile that you can hang in your house. You should have already picked up your Take-and-Make bag that will have everything in it that you need to do this project. Let's get started. Take-and-Make bag for the Circle-tastic Mobiles, you should find a gold ring, a little round of double-sided tape, some string, and a whole bunch of colorful circles. And you should have enough circles to complete the project. So the first thing you want to do is make your first run of strings or legs for your mobile. So what you want to do is you want to pick out your colors. Now you can make this, you can use 5, 6, 7 circles in a row, or you can make them 3 or 4, however long you want to make yours. You have enough to make each one 7 long. So however long you want to make it is up to you. And also you should be able to fit 7 strings of circles around your ring. And I'll show you what I mean by that when we get done. But the first thing you want to do is take your circles and pick some colors. And there's no right or wrong answer for color. It's whatever is going to look good to you. You've got all kinds. You should have about 100 circles in your bag. So take your colors, lay them out, mix your colors up. Whatever feels right, looks good to you. I'm going to make this one 7 circles long. So we're just gonna put some colors on here. And the great thing about this is once you get your string of circles tied onto the gold ring, the string will kind of twirl and your colors will mix. So again, there's no right or wrong answer for this. So there's 6. And let's see, what other color do I want on this one? Let's do another, guess. All right, so we'll do that. So then the next thing you want to do is you want to take your tape, and this is double-sided tape. So the one side, as you unroll it, is going to be sticky. So what you do is you want to take and run a length of the tape down the center, and that's where we're going to attach the string. So you don't have to do it all the way down the circle, but a good portion of the circle. And then you should be able to just tear the tape. If you struggle tearing the tape, you can always use a pair of scissors to cut it. So you put a run of tape down the center, and then I would recommend just taking a little piece of tape off to the side like this. And this is going to help your sides stick together and help everything stay attached to the string. So then we'll just go ahead and do that with all of the circles that we've chosen for this particular string of colors. And they don't have to be exactly the same, but just go ahead and put one in the middle, and then one off to each side, like so. And again, if you have a hard time tearing the tape, you can just take scissors and trim it off like this. Either way is fine. So Get it all attached to our circles. Your fingers might get just a little sticky doing this, and that's okay if they do. You can just take and rinse them off in the sink with some soap and water. Looks like I pulled the sticky out for that part. See, it's sticking to my fingers a little bit here, so that's okay. It doesn't hurt anything. You can just tear or cut that part off. So, you know. Once we've got our double-sided tape attached to each of our circles, we're going to go ahead and start taking the backing off of the center one. I found this easier just to do the center one and then do the rest. And why I do that is that I want to get our string attached first. And the little pieces that you tear off the back, you can just throw those away. Those are all done now. And so to do that, to get the white backing off, you'll just take, and you can kind of pull it up and lift it. And when you do that, you're going to have your tape attached to your circle, and then it's going to reveal a sticky side. So once you tear that white paper off, that is going to be a little bit sticky, so you might be careful so that you don't end up sticking to your circles. So now that I've got my center tape revealed, I'm going to take the string that's in my take and make bag, and I'm going to go ahead, and you probably want just a little bit of space between your circles. That's worked out really well for me. That gives each circle a chance to kind of twist and swing on the mobile. And so I'll take my string and kind of measure it out, and then I want to leave a little bit of extra so that I can tie it to my circle, or excuse me, my golden ring. So once I've measured out how much I need, I'll cut my string, and then I'll just start laying it in that middle piece of tape. And on the one that's going to be at the very bottom, I won't hang it off the bottom like this. I'll make sure that it starts right here so that it's covered by our colored circle, and then just kind of stick it down. And that's going to be sticky. Remember that. It'll be a little bit sticky, but you can still adjust if you need to. You can kind of lift it off and just press your string. If it gets a little wonky, just straighten it out. And it's sticky, but it's not too sticky. So if you get your finger in it, you should be able to press down on your circle and lift your finger off. Or if you get them together, they should come apart pretty easily. And then once we're done, see, that one's too close, so I'm going to adjust that just a little bit. See how I'm sticking. All right, so then once we have our string attached to all of our circles that we've chosen, you can go ahead and take the little pieces of the white backing off if they don't stick to your finger. And then you can start attaching the backings to them, and you want to make sure to put another color on the back so that your tape doesn't stick, plus it adds extra color. So just take and pick a color and attach this one here and press down on the center and press down on the sides, so that attaches both circles together. Adjust that just a bit. All right, so then we do the same thing. We'll take the tape off the little pieces, pick a color, attach it, press it down, and again, it doesn't matter what colors you choose. It's all going to be fun and colorful, and whatever you like together is more than fine. You have all kinds of colors in your Take-and-Make bag supplies. I think I want a yellow there. I think I'll do another pink here. And last but not least, I'm going to get this piece off. I'm going to do a yellow. And again, just make sure you kind of press down to make sure the tape's sticking on both sides. So once we have all of our circles attached to our string on both sides and we've pressed them down so they're good and tight, we're going to take and attach it to the string, or excuse me, to the ring. And this is what it looks like if you're going to try to attach it to your ring after you have the multiple strings attached. So what you want to do is you'll just take your string and kind of figure out how far you want it to dangle, for lack of a better word. And then you're just going to tie it, just like tying a knot. You can take and just wrap your string around the gold ring like this, and then just tie a little knot onto the ring, and then just tie it so it's secure. You can trim it off if you like. You know, my hands are kind of in the way, but you could trim it off so there's no dangling. And then that's what you would have. And it will be dangling. And then you just continue to do the same steps. You lay your circles out, attach your double-sided tape, attach the other side, and then tie them to the gold ring. And you should have room, depending on how many circles you put on each string. You should be able to do 7 strings of 7. So now that you have all of your strings of colored circles attached to the gold ring, you can add a hanger to it. So you can hang it from a hook or wherever you might have in your house to hang it from. So just take and kind of figure out how long you'd like your hanger to be, and then just cut that. And all we're going to do is, just like we tied the strings to the ring, we're just going to tie each end of this piece of string. It's going to be our hanger. So we'll just take it, tie it on each side. And again, if you struggle with tying, because sometimes these strings can be challenging, just kind of wrap it around the ring and tie a knot. And if you have trouble, you could ask an older sibling or your parents to help you with that. Okay, and then just tie it on one side, and then tie the other end on the other. Just wrap the string around the ring, and then make your knot. And just be careful not to get your strings of colored circles in your knot, because that's something I would probably do, and then my strings wouldn't dangle. So then once you get your knot tied, like so, I've got a knot on this side and I've got a knot on that side. If your leftover strings are a little too long, you can trim those if you like. And then there you have a hanger to hang your mobile. And then if it kind of is a little tippy, you can just rearrange and rearrange so that it hangs as even as possible. It might take a minute to get it kind of balanced, but there you go. Enjoy. Thank you for joining us today for Circle-tastic Mobiles. I hope you had fun doing this project. We'd love to see any pictures or video of you doing the project, and you can share that with us at the email address that's coming across the screen. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Bye.